What is up, guys? Uncommon Ramen here. Before I get into the episode, let me remind you, if you like my content, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when it happens, hit the bell icon as well. And if you feel the need to support me, hit me up on my Patreon at patreon.com/uncommonramen, capital U, capital R. I do all this in my free time, so any amount of support can help me bring more of this content to you more often. Now, without further ado, we're going to take a look at this new Kickstarter I just received. It is the second installation of Steven Rhodes games. So if you're not familiar with Steven Rhodes, we'll go into that in a little bit. This is 3 different games, so I'm actually going to break this into 3 different videos. So today we are going to be taking a look at Living Well is the Best Revenge. Okay, so Steven Rhodes is an artist that takes those old, I almost want to say like educational, like 80s, 90s-ish pictures that they used to use with the children, like Don't Talk to Strangers, so on and so forth, and makes them like absurd in a very strange way, usually very funny. He has a Don't Talk to Strangers shirt where the kids are talking to aliens, and it's just really comical. It takes a very sarcastic standpoint on all of this. So Steven Rhodes actually had a whole section of games. There was 3 other games previous to this one, and I think he was just the illustrator. It was done by Cryptozoic Games and Dynamite Games. So I'm sure that he was just the person who did the illustrations, but it's really cool. The illustrations are really cool. So today we're going to be taking a look at Living Well is the Best Revenge. We're just going to do a quick unboxing of this. It's not going to be a super long video, at least I hope not. But Living Well is the Best Revenge is a game where you kind of start out as a person getting bullied, and then you use I don't know, something to help you become better, right? So right here it says, okay, there you go. Unlocking your inner power. So what you're trying to do is unlock your inner power to become, to get revenge on your enemies by living your best life. So we're going to take a look on the inside. So this is a Kickstarter exclusive one, and it came with interior art. If you get the retail version of this game, you will not get this art on the inside. Which again, it's just a fun way to look at things, I guess. All right, so this is the rule book for Living Well is the Best Revenge. We got ourselves our overview with, let's get a focus on that. There we go. Overview, components, setup, how to win. These games are, in my opinion, these games are basically party games, in the sense that they take very little in the way of setup and rules explanation and so on. And as you can see, these rule books are very colorful. They're very well set up, and honestly, as many pages as there are in here, these rule books are actually very easy to read and get through. Oops, sorry about that. Got some clarifications here, which is always great. Yeah, cool. So that's the rule book. We're going to have a player board for each player. I do believe that they are double-sided, where they can go up to 100 points. The front side of the player board shows 1 through 50, and then the back side 51 through 100. These are denoted by color, so you'll know red is red player, so on and so forth. And they are the same on both sides, with the gold border around the edges. There you go. We also get a slew of these tokens. Most of these tokens are reroll tokens, but we also have a handful here. I'm sorry, not a handful, a couple of tokens in here that are meant to go on your player board, and they are also double-sided. So we have this on here, and this is just to keep track of the score on your player board, indicated by the same shaping. And when you flip over to the other side, we also have the other side indicator here. And they are all like this. We have our gold side, and then we have our beginning side like that. Then we have all these little reroll tokens, which we're going to take a look at now. So these are our reroll tokens. Obviously meant for rerolls. I don't know what the 2 is for. I'm sure there's something in the rules that explains that, and I know that I saw that in the picture as well as looking at it, but I try not to read these as I'm going through these videos because it's a waste of time. So those are our reroll tokens and that. We also have some cards and some dice. I want to show the dice first. We got some Kickstarter exclusive dice here. So first off, we have the power dice. These are the power dice that are going to come in every copy, even the retail copies. And again, the pips are the color of your player board. So we have one for each player here, red, blue, green, and purple. And they are just a black die. Whereas the normal dice are all going to be white pips with the dice being the color of your character. So we got our purple dice, our blue dice, our red dice, and our green dice. And then finally we have our Kickstarter exclusive power dice. So these are gold coated with the pips being the color of your player at that particular time. So blue, green, red, and purple. And the reason that we have these extra power dice is because there's also a Kickstarter exclusive card that unlocks these dice for you. So you get an extra power die on top of the power die that you would already have. That part I actually know for whatever reason. So the last thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at I guess we're starting with the Kickstarter exclusive. We're going to look at the cards. Now, the cards are double-sided, but each side is different than the front because they represent the different... they represent you as you're being bullied, so bonehead, and then they'll represent you as you are becoming the better version of yourself, living well, to use your new powers as revenge. So we have ourselves Bone Lord. And as you can see here, when you unlock Bone Lord, you'll gain your additional power die, and that additional power die is going to be, well, in this case, it's got to be the blue one, right? The gold-plated blue one. And don't get any misconceptions here. This is not real gold. So anyway, yeah, that's how that goes. So we have Drag, where they're just ripping up the comics and just otherwise being very disrespectful to his collectibles. And that will turn into Dragon, right? So we're living well, and we're going to use this dragon now to get revenge for us being wronged. And we have Cowboy. Yeah, so we can see they're making fun of us because we have a cow as a friend. But as we live our best life, we become a cowboy. And now we have a cow, horse, unicorn, rainbow mane, crazy thing with laser eyes, and you get the idea here. We have Pariah, right? Obviously, from Pariah we get pirates, and this is how we do our thing. We got Losers, and with Losers we actually get lasers. Okay, this is a fantastic way to eliminate your opponents, right? We got Ding Dong, which is, you never want to be called a Ding Dong. I feel bad for this guy. They're throwing bananas at him and everything. But you know what? Ding Dong turns into King Kong. So Let's see, throw more bananas at me, right? All right, and then we got Zero. And, Zero, they're just ripping up his comics and everything and making fun of his costume. But you know what? Zero's always turn into heroes. So, boom. Now he's showing them that, maybe they were the losers this whole time. We got Lame, right? Lame, she's, I don't know, trying to be a pop star. That's what the brush is for, to pretend it's a microphone. We got our audience right here. And then, of course, we have our hecklers. Well, you know what? That's followed by fame, And security is saying, you're not good enough. Get out of here. All right? And then we got ourselves Hot Mess. Yep, Hot Mess. This cart didn't work out so well. I like that he has his little sister there. Hot Mess turns into Hot Rod. And, the sister in the sidecar with the little mounted machine gun. Hey, you don't mess with people, All right, we got Twerps. And then Twerps turns into Perps. Because we all know that if you mess with the quiet ones... Well, we won't finish that. Anyway, we got Alone. So this guy, he's trying to play basketball alone. These kids won't let him. He's got a flat ball. They're just making fun of him. So you know what? We're going to clone. Yeah, that's right. Get off the court. Anyway, so that is the cards. There's one of them for each color. So as you can see, we have a copy here. We got Bonehead, Drag, so on and so forth. And they are all going to be the exact same, both front and back. And we can take a look at the back here. We got our clone, our Perps, our Fame, Hero, King Kong, so on and so forth. And there's one for each color because you have the exact same opportunity to become a winner. It's just about your die roll, right? It's push your luck. I assume it's push your luck because there's dice involved. And I'm a huge fan of that. They did a push your luck in the first one too. The first one, their push your luck was Let's Dig for Treasures. And that was an absolutely hilarious game. Very much tongue-in-cheek. But, absolutely hilarious. I think this is probably most likely a push your luck type game to become the best you that you could possibly be, and that includes machine guns and lasers and bodyguards and King Kong and so on and so forth, because everybody around you in this universe kind of sucks. So yeah, that is Living Well is the Best Revenge. Is a Kickstarter I just received in a Steven Rhodes 3-pack, followed by Let's Call the Exorcist and Cryptozoology for Beginners. We will be looking at all of them. However, due to length of video, we'll be doing them in different videos. So look forward to the next ones in the next couple of weeks. And until next time, guys. Well, actually, if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. But let's keep it positive. I'll be removing negative comments. And until next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.